What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today is a special video, guys. We hit 1,500 subscribers, which is crazy. Thank all of you guys for that. But I was planning on doing this video for my 1,000 subscriber video, but we went from 423 subscribers right up to 1,500 in like a week. It's wild. So we're going to be going through all of my tanks. We're going to start with the 5-gallon, then head over to the 36, and then we're going to end here at this 75. I'm going to show you guys all of the stocking in there. I'm going to tell you the names of all the fish, and I'm also going to show you what's running all of these aquariums. If this is your first time here, let me be the first to welcome you. My name is Blake. You're watching the Aqua Papa, where we talk about all things aquatics, whether it be freshwater, saltwater, aquatic plants, fish, invertebrates, anything you can think of about aquarium. If you're interested in any of those things I just mentioned, consider hitting the subscribe button. It's always free, it will always cost nothing, and if you hit the little notification bell right next to it, you'll be notified when I put out new videos. And at the end of this video, if you decide you like the video, just go ahead and hit the thumbs up. It really helps out. Now let's go check out the 5-gallon. So over here in the kitchen, we have this Marineland Portrait 5-gallon aquarium. This is essentially your standard 5-gallon aquarium stood up on its side. The dimensions of this aquarium are essentially 12 by 12 by 17. It is set up for freshwater, and for plants we have dwarf hairgrass along with some guppy grass. This Italian Vallisneria, which is growing very well. You see this little crimped leaf plant here that's growing out from a few different spots. That's a Crinum calamistratum. And right in the middle there's some Subwassertang, or Suswassertang, however you want to say it. There's also a Java fern, some Anubias nana-petite over here, and some water wisteria. We also do have some Scarlet Temple. So about this tank, I have tried a few different stocking options. My initial plan was to have Celestial Pearl Danios and shrimp, but for some reason the Celestial Pearl Danios kept going missing. Same thing with the shrimp. So now we only have one Celestial Pearl Danio female. So for stocking in here, we have this one female Celestial Pearl Danio. We did have more. I had 6 of them in here, but they all went missing slowly. And since he's right here, I do have a pair of Apistogramma Cockatoides triple reds. I love these guys. They're tiny, and they have that cichlid behavior that I was always looking for in a tiny fish, which is kind of awesome. There's also one singular male guppy. I did grab a trio of guppies, but the 2 females died on me. So we just have this one male. I'm thinking about setting something up different for him. I have no idea, but I do know I do not want him in here because I do have a pair of Apistogramma Cockatoides, and there is fry. I went into the kitchen to get myself a snack, and we got something. There's frickin' fry in here, guys. It's crazy. I counted about 10, but I know Apistogrammas can have up to 80 fry at a time, which is crazy. I wasn't expecting to have these guys breed anytime soon, but apparently they're liking their environment, doing something right. Can't wait to watch these guys grow out. As for equipment on this tank, these Marineland Portrait tanks are an all-in-one system. You just take off the cap back here, and that's where all your filter media and your sponge goes, which is kind of awesome. I'm not too sure how I feel about it. I'm actually thinking about taking that whole thing out and making my own filtration system. As for lighting, I have this cheap little V-leading Elux light. I did make an initial impressions and unboxing video of this light, and I'm loving it so far. So if you're watching that series that I got going on that particular light, you got a little hint right there. I'll leave a link in the description, and you can click this card up in the top corner if you'd like to see that video. Because if you need a budget light and you want to get a good deal on it, use some promo codes, you're definitely going to want to check out this video. I am so stoked about those baby cockatoides. I've had them like a month and they're breeding for me. I'm pumped. Now let's check out the 36. Here's the 36-gallon aquarium. In here it is stocked with 4 electric yellow cichlids, or yellow labs. The scientific name is Labradochromis caryllus. There is also Aratus. We have 1 male Aratus and 3 female Aratus. It's pretty cool. The female are definitely different than the male. These females here are yellow with the black, and then you see the male who is mostly black, but still beautiful. Other names of these guys are the Golden Mbuna, and with females like this, I completely understand why it's the Golden Mbuna. The scientific name for these guys is Melanochromis aratus. I also do have one happen here. This is an obliquidin, and I don't really know any other names for these guys. But yeah, got one of him. Got him from my dad. He got really beat up. His fin there on the tail, it's all short and beat up. But he's getting towards the end of his life. These guys live about 5 years, and he's about 5 years old now. So who knows? We're going to keep him until the end, though. There's also a bunch of red zebra cichlids in here. We have this one big male right here. We did have some breeding, so we have the first round. I believe there's 4 of those guys, and then we have these little guys right here, like the one that's in the shell. I believe there's 3 of them. And then we also have, there's this guy right here. He's just a different color morph. This is a snow white color morph of the red zebra. The scientific name for these guys are Melandia estere. And we have 2 of one type of my dream fish. These guys right here. We have a smaller one right here, and this one in the back. These guys are red frontosa. Scientific name is Siphotilapia frontosa. They're awesome. I'm really hoping to have a male and a female, but when the time comes when these guys are ready to breed, which can take up to 3 years to be ready to breed, I don't care what it takes, I will get a breeding pair. As for equipment on this tank, we have a 200 watt Aqua top submersible heater, 2-port Tetra air pump. We got this lovely wave maker here, the Cichlid Voyager Nano. Thank you, Cichlid. Under the hood, we got this guy here. It's an Aquarium Quiet Flow 200. I love these filters. We'll talk more about those later. And we also have a little Cichlid whale. Love this product. Wish I had one of the 500s. But there's also this Fluval internal filter. I needed something one day to get the water to move around more because I was doing a treatment on this tank for cyanobacteria. And that's basically all I got going on here. Oh yeah, I have one of these holding tank things here, and I actually have the Cichlid's return going into it. I have a female red zebra cichlid in here, and she was getting really beat up. Her sides, scales were missing, fins were torn. So I put her in here, and the initial way I set it up was super loud, so I decided to do this. I'm going to make some more modifications, but I thought I would make a video out of it because it's kind of interesting. So that's everything about the 36-gallon African aquarium. Endgame for this aquarium, I know it's overstocked right now. I'm slowly cycling out fish until, like I said, the red frontosa are of breeding age, which is generally around 2 to 3 years old. They're coming up on it. I'd say this guy's about a year old right now, and then this guy's probably just under a year. So we got some time to wait. It will happen one day, I promise. Before anybody says anything, I know that I'm more than likely absolutely butchering the names of these fish when it comes to the scientific names, but I'm doing my best. Give me credit. Give me credit there. I got the spellings for you and everything, so we should be alright. Now let's go check out my pride and joy, the 75-gallon tank. Here's the 75-gallon Central and South American tank. For stocking in this tank, we do have 3 clown loaches. A lot of people see these at their local Petco or PetSmart and think it's cute and throw it in their community tank, but these guys do get huge. It does take time, but they get to be about a foot long. We have 1 Geophagus saveni. This guy is awesome. Its tail kind of reminds me of a mermaid. I don't know why, but it always has, and I've always said so. We also have this here Honduran red point, a few plecos. If you look in the back over here, that is a super red bristlenose pleco, and underneath right here we have an albino bristlenose pleco. And then in here we have an albino common pleco. And I don't know if Chubby here is stuck, but he might be. I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. I have 2 electric blue acara. You have this one right here, and then over here hanging out in the bush we have another. I also do have a few different species of Vieja. Right here we have a Vieja hardwiggii. These are an important species of fish to keep. They're actually rather endangered in the wilds. And then there's also a Vieja zonatus and a Vieja melaniurus, or what is formerly known as the synspillum. Got a female super red dragon flowerhorn. She is a proven egg layer. She bred with my male red Texas, which I actually gave to my buddy Seth recently, and we decided that he's going to keep it, and if he ever decides he does not want the super red Texas, he's just going to ask me if I would like him back, and if I would, I will gladly take him back. And I also do have 2 blood parrot cichlids. Now it's time for my pride and joy fish. This is my favorite fish I've owned since Toast, actually. For those of you who are like, who's Toast? What's Toast? Toast was my first SRD flowerhorn. I loved him. I got a whole playlist dedicated to him, so if you want to check that out, there's a playlist in the description. But this is my egg-laying bonsai super red Texas. This is a cross between a red Texas, which came from Thai GT blood, and a blood parrot. What makes this fish so cool is that a very small percentage of the fry actually start to fade and turn red. So just having the red color come through makes this fish very rare in and of itself. And it's a female, and she's a proven egg layer. Now, it's also a hybrid fish, which means that fertility can be an issue most of the time. So we have a red, fertile female right here, and I'm planning on breeding her soon. That will be in a future video. Almost forgot about the fry net. Remember how I told you guys I got the guppies at one point? And they actually had fry, but only one lived. So I got them in here. I don't know if we're going to be able to see them with the glare. But yeah, there's one guppy in here. As for equipment on this tank, in this back corner behind these fish, I have a metal heater. It's a 300 watt Aquarium heater. And on this side over here, I also have another heater. This is a 500 watt Cichlid heater, and it has that grate on the front of it, nice plastic protection, because I do put aggressive fish in these tanks, and I don't want them to break glass ones. It could be very dangerous. There's also a wave maker in here by Hydro that's actually broken. It's just resting against that intake for the filter. And for filters, we got my favorite filters over here right now. We have an Aqua Quiet Flow 500 canister and an Aqua Quiet Flow 200 canister. And the reason these are my favorite is they're relatively cheap, and you get a couple of options for the return. You get the spray bar, and you get a regular return like normal. And then you also get this. It's essentially just a hang on the back filter that connects directly to the canister, and the water comes up through the bottom and through a bunch of filter floss and then back into the tank, which I think is sweet. The 500s come with 2 of these, and the 200s comes with 1. One day I would like to upgrade the filters a little bit here, either get myself another Aqua 500 to go with this one, or if I ever organize this cabinet the way I want to, I would definitely like to get 2 Cichlid Whale 500s in there and get a couple of other things set up and make it all nice and pretty, and put some clear doors on this side, which is where I'm going to be putting my cabinets. But that's going to require a bunch of modifications, like cutting up a bunch of the wood and putting in new shelving units and a whole bunch of stuff like that. So I'm not even going to bother showing you guys that in this video, but it will come in the near future. So there's all my tanks, all my equipment, all my fish. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, guys, peace.